Hello there, I am Tommy Taco, and welcome back to my New York Yankees franchise. What you're looking at on the screen is the box score of the game that I just played in Milwaukee with the New York Yankees. A 6-2 Yankee victory. The Yankees using 4 home runs and pounding out 12 hits to beat the Brewers, who could only muster 2 runs on 9 hits. Again, the Yankees used 4 home runs, 1 from Hicks, 1 from Andujar, 1 from Urshela, and 1 from Kratz. As far as the Brewers batting, Lorenzo Cain had 3 hits, and the rest of the hits were scattered throughout the lineup. The Yankees pitching for the day was James Paxton, who improved to 7-0 on the season, going 6 1/3, giving up 2 runs, and scattering the 8 hits to go with 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. His ERA currently sits at 1.57 on the season. Ottavino pitches 2/3 of an inning to pick up a hold, and Canely and Chapman both pitched scoreless innings in relief to close the door on Milwaukee. The starter, Lawyer for Milwaukee, gave up 5 of the 6 runs, and then that's all the Yankees could get. That'll bring us to the calendar, where we're still in Milwaukee. I want to quick manage to this Minnesota series, which is a week away. I believe this first day Jordan Montgomery is scheduled to pitch, and Garrett Cole is on this Wednesday. I'd like to pitch with Cole. I've only pitched with him once so far, so I'm going to get right into the quick manage. We have Tanaka versus Anderson. This is the second game of a 3-game set in Milwaukee, and we are at May 20th in the season. The road grays for the Yankees here at beautiful Miller Park. The righty Tanaka versus the lefty Brett Anderson. Tanaka is on fire. Here we go with the Yankees. We are in a National League park, so there is no DH. I do believe a lefty. Anderson is a lefty. Judge got hurt in the last game. I forgot to mention that. He was taken out of the game as a precaution, and he'll only be out for a couple days, so dodged a bullet on that one. Okay, we're ready for this lefty. DJ LeMahieu leading off, followed by Brett Gardner, Gleyber Torres, Stanton, Hicks, Voit, Urshela, and Kyle Higashioka coming up next.
Play ball.
Lettuce LeMahieu batting .312 on the season, leading off against Brett Anderson, and he leads off the game with a double. Gardner singles. A fielder's choice by Torres and a double play, and Milwaukee gets out of it. Now it's their turn to bat in the bottom of the first off of Tanaka. Leading off with Kane, who reaches on an error. Holt walks. Yelich hits into a double play, and the cleanup hitter, Huihara, flies out. Yankees now batting top of the second. Aaron Hicks lines out. The .322 hitting Luke Voit strikes out. Urshela walks. Kyle gets a single. That'll bring up the pitcher with 2 outs. And Tanaka strikes out. Bottom 2 for the Brewers now. Leading off their catcher, Navarez. He grounds out. Garcia grounds out. Sogard and Smoke walk. And then the pitcher, Brett Anderson, hits a 3-run home run off of Masahiro Tanaka. Tremendous, even. And Kane lines out to end the inning, but the Yankees now trail Milwaukee 3-0 on a 3-run home run by the pitcher. Yankees batting top of third. LeMahieu doubles. And then the Yankees go down in order after that. Bottom of 3 now for the hometown Brewers. Starting with Holt. He grounds out. Yelich doubles. The cleanup hitter strikes out, and Tanaka gets out of the inning. After 3, it's 3-0 Milwaukee. Top of 4 for the Yankees now, starting with the 5-hole hitter, the .288 hitting Aaron Hicks. He flies out. Luke Voigt hits a solo shot and cuts the lead to 3-1 now. Urshela grounds out, and Higashioka is retired. But the Yankees pick up a run and are now only down by 2 runs, 3-1. Bottom 4 for the Brewers, starting with Garcia. Sogard singles. He's at first base with 2 outs. And this time the pitcher flies out. So 3-1 after 4. Top of 5 for the Yankees, starting with Tanaka. He grounds out. LeMahieu grounds out, followed by a double by Brett Gardner off the lefty. And then Torres flies out. That'll end it for the Yankees in the 5th. Milwaukee batting top of the 5th, or bottom of the 5 now. Brock Holt walks. He's at first with 2 outs. And Tanaka gets out of the inning. Yankees now batting top of 6, starting with Giancarlo Stanton, who has 11 home runs this year, but he strikes out. Aaron Hicks doubles. Luke Voigt grounds out, and Urshela grinds out. Brewers batting, bottom 6, starting with their catcher. He flies out. Garcia pops out. Eric Sogard singles. Just the 8-hole hitter, Justin Smoke, now batting. And he strikes out. Top of 7 now for the Yankees.
Ladies and gentlemen,
former Yankee.
Now pitching for the Brewers, number 41, David Phelps.
Quite an ovation for the former Yankee David Phelps as he'll be facing Kyle. Gets him to ground out. It looks like we're going to take Tanaka out of the game. We are in a National League park. Let's see.
Your attention, please.
We'll bring in Mike Tauchman, who has 9 home runs on the year.
Mike Tauchman.
And here's Tauchman now. He pops out. LeMahieu singles, 2 outs and runner at first. Alex Claudio, the lefty, comes in to face Brett Gardner. And he's hit by a pitch. Now the Yankees have 2 on and 2 out for the 3-hole hitter, Gleyber Torres. And he grounds out. The Yankees, we need to change the pitcher. I am going to bring in Happ.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Brewers, number 16.
Oh.
Ben Gamble.
Ben Gamble now batting. He singles. And now the Brewers have 2 on and 1 out. And J.A. Happ pitching to former league MVP Christian Yelich, and he strikes out. Sure, he walks. Now it's time for the 5-hole hitter, Narvaez, and he strikes out. Now the Yankees batting top of the 8th, starting with Giancarlo Stanton again.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He'll be facing former Brewers closer, Corey Knebel.
number 46, Corey Knebel.
Here, Corey Knebel, whatever. Here's Giancarlo Stanton now, and he singles to lead off the inning. Aaron Hicks walks. Now the Yankees are cooking with gas. They're down 3-1 with no outs, and Luke Voigt at the dish. He strikes out. Urshela flies out. Runners at the corners with 2 outs now. Kyle is up to bat. We are going to put in a pinch hitter for Kyle. We're going to go with Andujar. He walks. That'll bring up J.A. Happ. Well, here's a chance for Estrada, and he grounds out. The Yankees do not score. The Brewers still lead 3-1, and they will be batting here in the bottom of the 8th.
Your attention, please.
Zach Britton now in the game. He walks Garcia and strikes out Sogard, walks Sogard. Smoke walks. That brings up the pitcher slot. We have Ryan Braun pinch hitting now. He sacrifices the runners over, and there's 2 on with 2 outs against Zach Britton. Leadoff hitter Lorenzo Cain up to bat. He walks. Now, can Britton get Holt? He sure does. Top of 9 now for the Yankees. Top of the order. DJ LeMahieu will be batting. And they bring in Josh Hader, who is 1-1 on the season with a .44 ERA. Quite impressive. Let's see if the Yankees can mount a comeback. LeMahieu flies out. Gardner grounds out. And Torres is retired. And the Brewers have defeated the Yankees 3-1. Player of the game, Josh Hader. Here we go, right on to the next one. Jordan Montgomery will be towing the rubber today for the Yankees. Here at Miller Park, he will be opposed by righty Brandon Woodruff. Aaron Judge still a little banged up. We're going to give him some time off. Give him all the time he needs. And there's the lineup for this game. LeMahieu, Gardner, Torres, Stanton, Hicks, Voit, Urshela, and Eric Kratz coming up next.
Play ball.
Okay, the visiting Yankees leading off with a .320 hitting LeMahieu off of Brandon Woodruff, who's 3-4 with a 4.73 on the season. LeMahieu flies out. Gardner flies out, but a single for Gleyber Torres and a 2-run home run by Giancarlo Stanton, and the Yankees take a 2-0 lead. Aaron Hicks follows up with a single, and Luke Voit is retired, but the Yankees lead 2-0. Brewers batting, bottom of the first now. Lorenzo Cain flies out. Brock Holt strikes out, and Montgomery gets Yelich to ground out to get out of the inning. Top of the second now for the Yankees, starting with the 7-hole hitter Urshela. He singles. Kratz strikes out. Montgomery sacrifices Urshela over. And LeMahieu strikes out. Montgomery now pitching to the Brewers here in the bottom of the second, starting with their cleanup hitter, Avisail Garcia, who's batting .263, and he grounds out. Jed Jerko grounds out, and Sogard walks, and then Pena doubles to knock in Sogard, and the Yankees' lead is cut in half as they lead 2-1. And Montgomery gets out of the second. So 2-1 Yankees after 2. Top of 3 for the Yankees now, starting with the 2-hole hitter Gardner. He flies out. Torres grounds out, and Stanton is retired. Yankees go 1-2-3 in the third. Bottom of the third now with the pitcher leading off. He flies out, and the Brewers are retired in order. Top of 4 for the New York Yankees, starting with Hicks. Okay, Yankees now have Gio Urshela at second, Kratz at first, and Montgomery batting with 2 outs, and he flies out. Brewers turn to bat, starting with the 3-hole hitter, Christian Yelich. He walks. Now the Brewers have 2 on with 2 out. Yelich at second, Sogard at first, Pena batting, who's already got a hit today off of Montgomery. And Montgomery wins this battle and strikes him out. Top of 5 now for the Bronx Bombers, starting with the leadoff hitter LeMahieu, who has 4 home runs on the season. He strikes out. Gardner singles, let's try and steal. And he's caught. So that'll be 2 outs for Torres, and he strikes out. So bottom of the 5th now for the Milwaukee Brewers off Jordan Montgomery. Starting with Arcia, the 8-hole hitter. He strikes out, but the pitcher Woodruff singles. Kane follows up with a single, and the Brewers now have a runner at first and second with 1 out. And Holt hits into a double play. After 5, the Yankees still lead the Brewers 2-1. Top of 6 now. The cleanup hitter for the New York Yankees, Giancarlo Stanton, and his 12 home runs are now batting. Woodruff still in the game, and Stanton singles. Hicks strikes out, and Voit doubles. However, I do believe hitting a Voit doubles. Okay, we have Luke Voit on second.
Ball 4, take the base.
Urshela walks. Kratz pops out. Now we have the Yankees Montgomery batting. The Yankees have 1 run in this inning. Voit getting an RBI on that double. And then the Brewers get out of the inning. Now the Yankees pitching to the Brewers here. Bottom 6, Montgomery to Yelich. And he gives up a solo home run. And now the Yankees are only leading 3-2. Garcia grounds out. And then Montgomery gets out of the inning, but the Brewers hit a solo home run off of the bat of Christian Yelich, and it's 3-2 after 6. Bombers with the lead. Yankees batting, starting with LeMahieu in the top of the 7th, and he walks. Gardner strikes out. Torres singles to make it runners at the corners with 1 out for Giancarlo Stanton off of Ray Black. He gets Stanton to ground into a fielder's choice, and Aaron Hicks strikes out. The Yankees now pitching to Milwaukee, bottom of 7. Pena strikes out. Arcia doubles off of Montgomery. But imagine they're going to pinch hit for Black now, and they do. The lefty Ben Gamble will leave Montgomery in to face the lefty, and he gives up a single. Bet now to the top of the, back to the top of the order here. We are going to bring in a relief pitcher. We'll go with Adamito. And he promptly relinquishes the lead. A double from Lorenzo Cain, and now the game is all tied up. And the Brewers still have 2 runners on with 1 out.
Take your base, ball 4.
Bases are juiced now for the cleanup hitter, Avisail Garcia.
Ball 4, take your base.
And Adavito walks in the go-ahead run, then gets the Brewers to ground out. So now the Brewers take a 4-3 lead. Top of 8 for the Bombers now. Luke Voit will be facing Corey Knebel. He strikes out. Urshela strikes out. Kratz walks. We're going to pinch hit for Ottavino. We will use Mr. Talkman here. And a double from Talkman, and he knocks in Kratz. And the Yankees tie the game. So the Yankees bullpen and the Brewers bullpen both letting down their starting pitching. LeMahieu still batting. He flies out. Yankees are done in the inning. Bottom of the 8th now for the Milwaukee Brewers. Got to get Talkman out of there. Let's see. Why don't we do a little Chad Green action? He strikes out Sogard. Strikes out the pinch hitter Huera. And strikes out Arcia. to end the inning. Top of the ninth now for the New York Yankees. Brett Gardner batting. 2-3-4 for the Bombers.
Your attention, please.
He strikes out. Torres strikes out. Stanton with a single. And the Brewers get out of the inning, leaving Stanton stranded on base. Chad Green now pitching to Ryan Braun, who's pitch hitting for the pitcher. He singles. They pinch hit Corey Ray, who promptly steals second off of Chad Green. Kane pops out. Holt strikes out. Can Chad Green get the former league MVP Christian Yelich out? No, he cannot, and the Brewers walk off the Bombers and have defeated the Yankees 6-4. Christian Yelich, the player of the game, 2 home runs, one of which was the walk-off that you just watched. Yankees go down. Now they will return home to face Seattle. Going to go right into it. I'm going to pick up the pace here a little, so if you're following along, I'm about to ramp it up a little. I want to get through these. We have Garrett Cole against Taijuan Walker for the Mariners here in the Bronx. Let's see. Back where we have a DH, thankfully. Is Judge ready to go? He is not. Okay. We'll give Kratz the day off. Giancarlo Stanton. Hicks, Voit. Urshela. Okay. We'll go with this. LeMahieu, Tauchman, Torres, Stanton, Hicks, Voit, Urshela, Kyle Higashioka, and Brett Gardner coming up next.
Let's play ball.
Okay, D. Gordon leading off for the Mariners here against Garrett Cole. He flies out. Mariners go 1-2-3. Yankees batting, starting with LeMahieu. Okay, we have Torres and Stanton on first and second via walks. Hicks now batting, and he singles and scores a run, and the Yankees take a 1-0 lead. Luke Voit now. He flies out to end the inning. Top of the second now for the Mariners, starting with the 4-hole hitter Vogelbach. He singles. And nothing doing there for the Mariners. Giarchillo leads off for the Yankees rather, and grounds out. Kyle grounds out. Gardner takes one for the team. He's at first. Let's do a little hit and run action. And nothing doing there. Yankees failed to score. Top of third now for the Mariners, starting with their 7-hole hitter. They are retired in order. Bottom of 3, starting with Tauchman and the Yankees. Torres doubles, but he's left on base. 1-0 Yankees after 3. Top of 4 for the Mariners, starting with Gordon. 1 out, Mitch Haniger at first base, or 2 outs rather, Mitch Haniger at first base. Vogelbach is retired. Yankees get out of it. Bottom of 4th for the Yankees, starting with Voit, who leads off with a double. And Kyle follows up with a double, a 1-out double, and the Yankees take a 2-0 lead. Now we have Kyle at second, LeMahieu at first, 2 outs for the lefty, Michael Tauchman. He walks. Now it's Torres time. He singles in a run. Bases are still juiced for Giancarlo Stanton. And he strikes out. Top of 5 rather for the Mariners facing Garrett Cole. Carlos Gonzalez grounds out, the 5-hole hitter. So 5, 6, and 7 go quietly. Bottom 5 for the Bombers, starting with Hicks. A 2-out double for Urshela. And Kyle singles in a run. That'll chase the Mariners starter. Now Cortez Jr.'s in, the lefty to face the lefty Brett Gardner, who grounds out. Top of 6 for the Mariners now, starting with Murphy, who strikes out. Crawford flies out. The leadoff hitter, D. Gordon, not known for his power, hits a solo shot off of Garrett Cole. But the Yankees still lead 4-1. Malik Smith now hitting, and he strikes out. Bottom of the 6 for the Yankees, starting with LeMahieu, who singles. Let's do a little hit and run with Torres. He flies out. LeMahieu still at first with 1 out. Giancarlo Stanton singles. Aaron Hicks now batting .294. He flies out. Garrett Cole pitching to the 3-4-5 hitters for the Mariners. Haniger, Vogelbach, and Gonzalez. Haniger leads off with a double. Vogelbach singles him in. Now it's 4-2 Bombers. Gonzalez hits into a double play. 2 outs for Kyle Seager, and he strikes out. Bottom of 7 for New York now, starting with the 6-hole hitter, Luke Voigt. And he hits a solo shot to get one of those runs back, and the Yankees take a 5-2 lead. Urshela now batting. The Yankees go quietly after the solo home run. Top of 8 now. Garrett Cole still has half of his energy, rolling right along. Will face the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Mariners. 2 outs and Tom Murphy at first. Back to the top of the order now. And he gets D. Gordon to ground out. Bottom of 8 for the Yankees now. LeMahieu singles. Togman pops up, and Torres grounds into a double play. Top of 9 now for the Mariners. 5-2 Yanks. Garrett Cole's in. You know what? I'm going to do it against my better judgment. We got to get Chapman rolling sooner or later here. He's had an abysmal season thus far, but we got to stick with him. Here we go. Top 9. Yankees lead 5-2. Chapman going for the save against the 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Mariners. Malik Smith, Mitch Haniger, and Daniel Vogelbach. Can Chapman get the job done? Smith grounds out. Haniger doubles. Vogelbach sacrifice bunts him to third, leaving the Mariners with 2 outs and a runner at third. Cargo is now batting against Chapman, and
That hit him.
he hits him. Runners at the corners now. 2 outs for the lefty Kyle Seager, and he doubles into Kyle Seager. So now the Yankees only lead 5-4. Can Chapman get that last out?
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
A pinch runner now. Tim
Number 10, Tim Lowe.
Lopes. Wanted to make sure I said that correctly. And here's the situation. Dom T. Williams, the lefty, batting against Aroldis Chapman. And he flies out, and Chapman makes it interesting, but the Yankees have defeated the Mariners 5-4. Luke Voigt was the player of the game, going 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored, a home run, a ribby, and a double. As Garrett Cole picks up the victory, and Aroldis Chapman picks up a eventful save number 8. Taijuan Walker is saddled with the loss, giving him 7 on the season. No time to waste. Let's get right to it. We'll place Judge on the bench, and then we're going to put him right in. Looks like it's going to be a little rainy today here at Yankee Stadium. The righty Luis Severino versus the lefty Kikuchi for the Mariners. Let's give Gardner the day off. Got to put Judge back in anyway. Okay, this is how we are going to roll today. Actually, I'm going to give Urshela the day off. All right, here we go. LeMahieu, Judge, Torres, Stanton, Hicks, Voit, Andujar, Kratz, and Estrada. Coming up next.
Play ball.
The 278 hitting D. Gordon digs in against Severino to lead it off for the Mariners.
First base.
Severino 4-1 with a 2.65 ERA on the season. He hits Gordon. Malik Smith hits into a fielder's choice, and then Mitch Haniger goes big fly, and the Mariners take a 2-0 lead. Vogelbach strikes out, but Cargo singles, so he's at first base with 2 outs, and Severino gets out of the inning, but the Mariners score 2 on the home run from Mitch Haniger. The 321 LeMahieu leading off for the Yankees now. And here's Aaron Judge, who had 16 home runs before he got hurt a couple days ago, back in the lineup, but now against Yusei Kikuchi. And he welcomes himself back with a single. I'm going to hit and run with Torres. I want to get his bat going. He grounds out, but he does advance Aaron Judge. 2 outs with Judge a second for Giancarlo. And he strikes out. Severino facing the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Mariners. Williams doubles. Murphy and Crawford strike out, bringing up D. Gordon with a runner at second and 2 outs, and he grounds out. Yankees now batting, bottom of the second, 5-hole hitter Aaron Hicks. And the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Yankees are retired in order. Top of the third now for the Mariners of Seattle, starting with the 2-hole hitter Malik Smith. He strikes out, and the rest go quietly. 2-0 Mariners. Yankees batting, bottom of the third. Eric Kratz leads off with a double. Estrada reaches on an error. Now the Yankees have something going. LeMahieu batting with no outs and 2 on. And he singles to score a run, and the Yankees cut the deficit in half and are now trailing 2-1. Aaron Judge, he strikes out. Runners at the corners, 1 out for Gleyber Torres, who singles in a run, and the Yankees tie the ball game. Giancarlo Stanton with runners at the corners, and he hits into a double play. 2-2 after 3. Mariners batting 5, 6, 7 in the top of the fourth, starting with Carlos Gonzalez. He strikes out. And a quiet inning there for the Mariners. Bottom of the fourth for the Bronx Bombers, starting with Hicks. They go down 1, 2, 3. Top 5 for the Mariners, starting with the 8-hole hitter Murphy, who walks. He's sacrificed to second by Crawford. D. Gordon batting now, who grounds out. And Malik Smith strikes out. Bottom 5 now for the Bombers, starting with Kratz, who strikes out. Estrada strikes out. But DJ LeMahieu with a solo blast, and the Yankees now lead 3-2. Judge batting against Kikuchi. He walks. Torres batting now with 2 outs and Judge a first, and he hits it to a fielder's choice. So the Yankees take the lead 3-2 after 5. Top 6 now, Mariners batting 3, 4, 5. Haniger, Vogelbach, Cargo. Haniger singles. Vogelbach and Gonzalez are retired. Kyle Seager walks. That'll bring up the center fielder Williams, who pops out. Bottom 6 now for the New York Yankees, starting with the cleanup hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. He'll be facing Matt McGill, who just came into the game, and he'll greet him with a double. Aaron Hicks up to bat now. He lines out, but Luke Voit with a 2-run homer, and the Yankees now lead 5-2. Andujar, he strikes out, and as does Kratz, but the Yankees get 2 more runs and now lead 5-2. Top of the 7th now for the Seattle Mariners, starting with the 8-hole hitter. They are retired in order. Bottom of the 7th now. Estrada batting against Matt McGill. Actually, check that against Hirano. He pops out. Back to the top of the order. LeMahieu flies out. Judge walks, so 2 outs. Judge at first. Torres batting. And he goes big fly. And the Yankees now lead 7-2. Stanton walks. Aaron Hicks singles. Luke Voit will be facing Nestor Cortez Jr. And he flies out. Severino rolling along here. You know what? I'm going to take him out of the game. He pitched 7 solid innings, so we'll be happy with that. Bring in Holder. He'll face 2, 3, 4. Gives up back-to-back singles to Haniger and Vogelbach. And gets Cargo to ground into a double play. Yankees batting bottom of the 8th, starting with Andujar, who grounds out. Kratz doubles, though, bringing up Estrada, who strikes out, and LeMahieu flies out. Okay, here we go. The Yankees leading 7-2, top of the 9th. Mariners 6, 7, and 8 hole hitters batting. Seager, Williams, and Murphy against Jonathan Holder. And Holder slams the door shut, and the Yankees have defeated the Mariners 7-2. Gleyber Torres went 2 for 4 in the game with a run, a home run, and 3 ribbies. He is the player of the game. Severino picks up the win, his 5th on the season, and Yusei Kikuchi falls to 3-6. On to the next one. Mariners, last game of the series here in the Bronx. Partly cloudy day. The lefty and former Mariner James Paxton against Nick Margevicius. I hope I'm saying that right. Some of these baseball players have hockey last names. So the undefeated James Paxton will be on the bump for the Bombers. Let's see here. We're going to give Gleyber the day off. Get Estrada some time. We'll play Hicks today and give him a rest tomorrow. Don't want to play Talkman or Gardner against the lefties, so this will be our lineup. LeMahieu, Judge, Hicks, Giancarlo Stanton, Andujar, Voit, Urshela, Kratz, and Estrada. Coming up next.
Let's play ball.
D. Gordon leading off against James Paxton. 2 lefties. He grounds out. And the Mariners are retired in order. Bottom of the 1st for the Yankees, starting with LeMahieu. He walks and is erased on a double play from Aaron Judge, and Hicks is retired. Zip zip after 1. Top of 2nd for the Mariners, 4, 5, 6 hitters against James Paxton. Seager doubles, and he's left stranded on 2nd. Bottom of 2 for the Yankees now, starting with Stanton, who flies out. Andujar singles, and he's at 1st with 2 outs, and Urshela grounds out. So scoreless after 2. Top of 3 for the Mariners, batting 8-9-1. They go down 1-2-3. Bottom of 3 for the Yankees against the lefty Nick Margevicius. Yeah. Eric Kratz singles off of the lefty for the Mariners. And Estrada singles. Now we have runners at the corners with no outs in the top of the lineup coming up. LeMahieu walks, and now the bases will be juiced for Judge, Hicks, and Stanton. And Judge promptly grounds into a double play. But Aaron Hicks doubles. It doubles in 2 as the Yankees take a 2-0 lead. Stanton strikes out to end the inning, but the Yankees pick up 2 in the bottom of the third and lead 2-0. Top of the fourth now for the Seattle Mariners. 2-3-4 hitters: Smith, Haniger, and Vogelbach. 2 strikeouts and a flyout as they go quietly. Bottom 4 for the Yankees now. Andujar leads off with a double. Voit doubles him in, and the Bombers lead 3-0. And that's all they'll get, but the Yankees lead 3-0 after 4. James Paxton now pitching to the 5-hole hitter Kyle Seager. He singles. Kyle Seager is on first with 2 outs. Nola batting, and he doubles, getting Seager to third. The shortstop Dylan Moore now batting against James Paxton, and he grounds out. Paxton gets out of it. Bottom of 5 now for the Bombers. LeMahieu leads off by striking out. Judge singles. He's at first with 2 outs. And Giancarlo Stanton goes big fly. Yankees lead 5-0. Andujar grounds out to end the inning, and the Yankees lead 5-0 after 5. Top 6, top of the order for the Mariners now, with D. Gordon, who singles. And he scores on a double from Mallex Smith, and it's 5-1 Yanks. Haniger singles, and it's 5-2 Yanks. Vogelbach singles. Wow. Runners at the corners, no outs. James Paxton in a little bit of trouble here. Strikes out Seager. Strikes out Murphy. Can he rear back and get out of the inning? No, he can't. 5-3 now. We're going to have to make a call to the bullpen. We are in the 6th inning here. How about a little Zach Britton? He walks Nola to get to Dylan Moore. Bases juiced, 2 outs. And Zach Britton gets out of it. Bottom 6 rather, here in the Bronx. Yankees with a 5-3 lead. Voit leading off. He'll be facing Brandon Brennan, who just came into the game. And he will walk. Voit at first with 2 outs for Estrada, who flies out. Top 7, top of the order for the Seattle Mariners off of Zach Britton. Gordon flies out. Mallex Smith pops out. Haniger singles. And Vogelbach strikes out. So Zach Britton with some quality work. Bottom 7 for the Bombers now, starting with DJ LeMahieu. He grounds out, but Judge walks. Hicks strikes out, and Stanton grounds into his fielder's choice. Okay, we don't want to overwork Britton. We are in the 8th inning. I'm going to bring in Tommy Kahnle, who is 1-0 on the season with a 3 for an ERA. He'll be facing Seager, Murphy, and Williams. Seager singles. Murphy walks. Lopes comes in to pinch run at second base. Kahnle rears back and strikes out Williams. Strikes out Nola and gets Moore to ground out. Bottom of the 8th for New York now with a 5-3 lead. Andujar, the designated hitter today, batting 5th leading off. He'll be facing Matt McGill, the right-hander, and he'll fly out, as does Voit, as does Urshela. So now we have top of the 9th, 5-3 Yankee lead. Let's see. Here we go. It's been a roll of the dice so far with Chapman. Let's do a little reset here. Aroldis Chapman into the game, attempting his 9th eventful save of the season. As you can see, his bloated 7.71 ERA. He will be facing the top of the Mariners lineup, which consists of D. Gordon, Mallex Smith, and Mitch Haniger. Let's see if Chapman can get the job done. He gives up a single to Gordon, a single to Smith, strikes out Haniger. Vogelbach grounds out. Now we have Aroldis Chapman, 2 outs, 2 on. Lopez at the dish. Here is Chapman making my voice crack. He gives up a single, but that the runners do not advance, and the bases are juiced for Tom Murphy, who has 12 home runs on the season. And I don't know if Aroldis Chapman could get me out at this point in the season. But here we go. And he walks in a run. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 5-4 Yanks, 2 outs, bases juiced. Williams now batting against Chapman. And he grounds out, and Aroldis Chapman picks up the save. An ugly one, but the Yankees have defeated the Mariners 5-4. James Paxton pitching 5 2/3 innings, giving up 8 hits, 3 earned runs, and striking out 11 to pick up the win and go 8-0 on the season. Aroldis Chapman picks up his 9th save. Margevicius records his 7th loss on the season. Oh, I was incorrect. This will be the last game of the series. Former Yankee Justice Sheffield will be facing Tanaka. Oh, we're getting a trade offer here. Let's give it a look. They want to give me a first baseman. Who is this guy? Matt Beattie. A 69 overall B potential, 26 with a 1-year contract, and they want a starting pitcher, Clark Schmidt. Let's find him on here. He's really down there. 23 B potential, 65. Nah, I will have to pass on that one. Yes, I will decline that trade from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now we will play the final game in this series against the Mariners. An overcast day in the Bronx. The righty Tanaka versus the lefty Justice Sheffield. Let's see here. We're going to give Hicks the day off regardless. We'll put Gardner in there. Okay. Let's get Kyle up in there. Give Kratz a breather. Okay. This is how we'll roll today against the left-hander. LeMahieu, Judge, Torres, Stanton, Voit, Andujar, Urshela, Higashikioka, and Brett Gardner coming up next. Play ball. D. Gordon leads off for the 4th consecutive game, and he'll be facing Tanaka, who's 4-3 with a 3.23 ERA on the season. And Gordon grounds out. Smith reaches on an error. Haniger lines out, and Vogelbach is retired. So now the Yankees will be batting in the bottom of the 1st, and LeMahieu leads off with a double off of Justice Sheffield. He advances to 3rd on a flyout from Aaron Judge. Torres strikes out. LeMahieu still at 3rd with 2 outs. And Stanton grounds out. Top of the 2nd now for the Seattle Mariners. 5, 6, 7 hitters. 2 strikeouts and a ground out for Tanaka in that inning as the Mariners failed to score. Bottom of second for the Yankees now, 5-6-7, starting with Voit. He's hit by a pitch. Urshela walks, 2 on with 1 out for Kyle. He strikes out, and Gardner is retired. Top of the third now for the Mariners. 8-9-1. They go down 1-2-3. Bottom of 3 for the Yankees now. LeMahieu grounds out to lead off the inning. The 2-out double from Gleyber Torres. Giancarlo Stanton now with a chance to drive in Torres with 2 outs. And he does with a single. So the Yankees take a 1-0 lead. Luke Voit now batting. He singles. 2 on, 2 out for Andujar, who flies out. Top of the fourth for Seattle now. Starting with Mallex Smith, who singles and gets caught stealing. But Daniel Vogelbach hits a solo home run off of Tanaka, and the game is tied at 1. Carlos Gonzalez now batting against Tanaka. He singles. Seager singles. And then Tanaka gets out of the inning, but the Mariners tie it on a solo home run from Vogelbach. Bottom 4 for the Bronx Bombers, starting with the 7-hole hitter Gio Urshela. Yankees are retired in order. Top of 5 for the Mariners now. Murphy and Crawford go back-to-back singles to get it to the top of the order with no outs. Double play from D. Gordon. Mallex Smith singles. 2 on, 2 out for Mitch Haniger. He walks, and the bases are juiced for Daniel Vogelbach, who's already homered today off of Masahiro Tanaka. Can Tanaka get it done? He sure can. And now the Yankees will be batting in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the order, LeMahieu off of Justice Sheffield. He grounds out. Judge grounds out. Torres with another hit. He singles. 2 out for Stanton now. He walks. So Gleyber Torres is at second. Giancarlo Stanton is at first. And Luke Voit is at the dish against former Yankee Justice Sheffield. And he flies out. Top of the 6th now for the 5-6-7 hitters of Seattle. Tanaka still in the game. There is 2 outs with 1 runner on base at first. Williams, Murphy batting, and he grounds out. Bottom 6 for the Bombers, starting with Andujar. Andujar grounds out. Urshela strikes out, but Kyle singles. 2 out for Gardner, who hits into a fielder's choice. Tanaka now pitching in the top of the 7th to the 9-hole hitter, J.P. Crawford. And the Mariners are retired 1-2-3. Yankees batting in the bottom of the 7th. Hirano is in the ball game now, the right-hander to face LeMahieu, Judge, and Torres. He strikes out LeMahieu and Judge and walks Torres to bring Stanton to the dish, who hits into a fielder's choice. Top of the 8th now for the Mariners of Seattle. The 3-4-5 hitters off of Masahiro Tanaka. He walks Vogelbach. 1 on, 1 out for Cargo. I'm going to bring in J. Happ to face Cargo, Seager, and Williams. Lefties galore. Let's see if he can get her done.
Your attention, please.
Lopes pinch runs and steals second. Runner at second now with 1 out. Cargo still at the dish. He grounds out. 2 outs. Lopes at second base. And Seager strikes out. So now the Yankees turn to bat here in the bottom of the 8th. Starting with Luke Voit off of Taylor Williams.
Number 25.
Urshela gets a 2-out single. Kyle walks, and Brett Gardner strikes out. Top of 9 now for the Seattle Mariners 7, 8, 9 hitters. Happ gets out of that inning. Bottom of 9 now for the Bronx Bombers. DJ LeMahieu, Judge, Torres, Stanton will be batting. LeMahieu flies out. Judge walks. Torres singles. Runners at first and second with one out. Stanton at the dish.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He'll be facing Brandon Brennan, who just came into the game. And he will walk. We have one out. Bases are juiced for Luke Voigt, who has 12 home runs on the season and is batting .322. He strikes out. Now it's Andujar's turn. Can he be the hero? The .324 hitting Miguel Andujar. Bases juiced. 2 outs. Brandon Brennan. Here's the pitch. And he walks in the winning run, and the New York Yankees have defeated the Seattle Mariners 2-1. J.A. Happ with receiving player of the game honors, coming in and getting some big outs in an inning and 2/3, striking out 2. Taylor Williams takes the loss. Happ gets his 6th win on the season out of the bullpen. Surprising season thus far from Happ. So now we are to the Minnesota series. Yes, I do want to play this game with Garrett Cole against the Twins ace Jose Barrios and that amazing curveball of his. I've been itching to pitch with Cole. I haven't pitched with him since opening day, I believe, so we're going to quick manage this game real quick. We are still in the Bronx. And the Twins come to town. Clear, beautiful day at New Yankee Stadium. Montgomery and Randy Dobnak, the right-hander, who's 2-2 with a .426. Let's see what we can do with the lineup here. We'll give Mr. LeMahieu the day off. And we will also give the day off to, let's do this. What a season by Voigt and Urshela so far. Been pleasant surprises. Give Judge the day off. We want Andujar at the game somewhere. We'll give Luke the day off. Why not? Everybody seems to be hitting, so we got that going for us. We're going to lead off Gardner today. And we'll put Urshela up in the lineup today as well. So this will be the lineup: Gardner, Urshela, Torres, Stanton, Hicks, Andujar, Tauchman, Kratz, and Wade in the last game of this quick manage session. Jordan Montgomery on the bump, and here we go.
Let's play ball.
Marwin Gonzalez leading off for the Twins against the lefty Jordan Montgomery. He strikes out. Buxton singles and is promptly caught stealing. Cruz singles, and the cleanup hitter for the Twins grounds out. Nothing doing there for the Twins in the first. Bottom first for the New York Yankees. Gardner leads off by flying out. Urshela walks. Torres walks, and Dobnak is in trouble. But he strikes out Stanton. 2 on, 2 out for Aaron Hicks, who promptly grounds out. Nothing doing for the Yankees in the first. Top of the second now. Mitch Garver leading off, the 5-hole hitter. He singles. And Max Kepler, who reached on a fielder's choice, is at first with 2 outs. And Josh Donaldson strikes out. Nothing doing there. Bottom 2 for the Yankees, starting with Andujar. He singles, as does Tauchman. Kratz flies out, but Andujar advances to third. Runners at the corners with 1 out now for Tyler Wade. And he hits a sacrifice fly to give the Yankees a 1-0 lead. So the Yankees playing some small ball here against Minnesota. Gardner hits into a fielder's choice, but the Yankees take the lead 1-0. Top of the third now for Minnesota, starting with the 9-hole hitter Polanco, who strikes out. Gonzalez strikes out, and Buxton is retired. Nothing doing there for Minnesota in the third. Bottom of the third now for the New York Yankees, starting with Urshela, who's batting second today. He singles. Aaron Hicks singles after Torres and Stanton are retired, and now there are runners at first and second with 2 outs for Miguel Andujar. And he doesn't get it done. So top of the fourth now for the Twins, 3-4-5 batting against Jordan Montgomery. Cruz walks and Sano singles. Kepler singles, and the Twins tie the game. Runners at the corners with 1 out now for Eddie Rosario. He strikes out, and Josh Donaldson, who is the 8-hole hitter here in Minnesota, will be batting, and he strikes out. So the Twins tie the game 1-1. Bottom 4 for New York. Tauchman leads off with a single. Kratz hits into a DP, and Tyler Wade is retired. 1-1 after 4. Top 5 now for the Twins. Polanco singles, and Marwin Gonzalez triples to score Polanco. Twins take a 2-1 lead. After Buxton strikes out, Nelson Cruz singles. Sano strikes out, and Garver ends the inning. But the Twins get 2 runs and lead the Yankees 3-1. Bottom 5 Bombers, starting with the leadoff hitter today, Brett Gardner. He strikes out. Urshela grounds out, but Gleyber Torres, touch 'em all, big fella. A solo home run, and the Yankees trail 3-2. Stanton is retired to end the inning. Top of 6 now for Minnesota. 6, 7, 8-hole hitters. Kepler, Rosario, and Donaldson. Donaldson with a 2-out single. Polanco walks against Montgomery. Let's see if Montgomery can get out of this inning. And he does. Twins fail to score in the 6th. Dobnak still in the game, pitching to Hicks, who grounds out. Bottom of 6. Andujar singles. Tauchman reaches on an error. 2 outs, Tauchman at first. And Eric Kratz, big fly, and the Yankees take a 4-3 lead. And that's all they'll get, but it's enough to take the lead. 4-3. Top of the 7th now. The 2, 3, 4 hitters for Minnesota. Time to get Montgomery out of there. And I think I am going to choose Mr. Green. Chad Green with a 3.33 ERA on the season, coming in the top of the 7th to face the Twinkies. And a 1-2-3 inning. Chad Green does his job. Bottom 7 for New York now. Gardner grounds out. And they are retired in order. Top of 8 now for the Twinkies. 5, 6, 7. Gardner, Kepler, Rosario against Chad Green. Back-to-back singles now. Green looks to be in a little bit of trouble. I'm going to stick with him. Don't fail me, Chad. You failed me, Chad. All right, bases loaded, no outs. Josh Donaldson at the dish here in the top of the 8th. Chad Green rears back and strikes out Donaldson. And he gives up a single to Polanco, and the game is tied at 4-4. Fielder's choice from Gonzalez. Can Green get Buxton and get out of the inning with just a tie? He does. So 4-4. Yankees now batting in the bottom of the 8th with their 4, 5, 6 hitters off of Fernando Romero. Stanton grounds out. Hicks flies out. Andujar doubles, which will bring Tauchman to the plate, who walks. Eric Kratz, who homered earlier. Let's see if he can get a big 2-out hit. And he strikes out. Top of the 9th now for the New York Yankees. The 3, 4, 5 hitters for Minnesota. Tommy Kahnle in to face them now, who has a 2.81 ERA on the season. And Nelson Cruz, who is batting .290 with 23 homers and 51 ribbies. Yikes. All right, Tommy. Let's see what you can do.
Take your base, ball 4.
He walks Cruz and gives up a single to Sano. Garver hits into a fielder's choice. Runners at the corners now for Max Kepler off of Tommy Kahnle. He strikes out. Can Kahnle get it done? He sure can. Phew! Gets out of the inning. All right, now the Bombers, bottom of the 9th. Can they have some late inning heroics here? Starting with the 9-hole hitter, Tyler Wade. He flies out. Gardner strikes out. And Urshela grounds out. I don't want to extend Kahnle. I am going to go with Davino. He gives up a single to Donaldson. Donaldson is at first with 2 outs. Ottavino pitching to Byron Buxton. And he goes yard. And the Twinkies take a 6-4 lead. Make my voice crack. Making me sound like a early teen. Because I want to vomit. Okay, Nelson Cruz batting off of Ottavino now. And he strikes out. So the Yankees, here's their last chance, down 6-4 here in the bottom of the 10th. The 3, 4, 5 hitters will be batting. Torres. And they'll be facing the lefty for Minnesota, Taylor Rogers, who is 1-0 with a 1.27 ERA. And here we go. Torres, the .280 hitting shortstop for the Yankees. He singles to lead off the inning. Stanton now on Rogers. He strikes out. Aaron Hicks, he strikes out. Can Andujar get it done? And he strikes out as well. And the Minnesota Twins have defeated the New York Yankees 6-4. Taylor Rogers wins the player of the game. He came in to pick up his 21st save as he strikes out the side. Adam Ottavino gets the loss for the Yankees. Fernando Romero improves to 2-0 for the Twins. So we quick managed 7 games and won 4 of them, and most importantly, there were no injuries. Let's check the standings real quick. And well, it wasn't that great for us, but the Rays and the Red Sox aren't doing so well themselves, and the Yankees are out to a 3.5 game lead on Boston and a 5 game lead on Tampa Bay. So it looks like starting to get a little separation there in the standings. I'm going to save this up before something bad happens. The next broadcast will be against these very Twins, which I will need to redeem myself, hopefully. It will be Garrett Cole and Jose Barrios from the Bronx. The Yankees 35 and 20.
Let's jump right into Tuesday's action. Starting in the AL East, the Minnesota Twins put up 16 hits on the day as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx 6-4. The Kansas City Royals totaled 11 hits as they took down the Red Sox on the road 8-5. The White Sox got 12 hits in this one as they beat the O's in Baltimore 9-2. The Blue Jays sent 3 balls into the seats as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 4-2. The Seattle Mariners got 11 hits overall as they took down the Tigers in Detroit 4-2. Felix Pena got the win, his 6th so far this year, as the Angels took care of the Indians 2-1. The Washington Nationals knocked out 10 hits as a team as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 3-0. The Houston Astros put together 10 total hits as they grabbed the win against the visiting Athletics 7-6.
All right, well, that's
the Cardinals racked up 11 hits as a team as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 3-1. The New York Mets swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park.
That'll do it for this episode. We'll see you.
The Cubs swatted 4 home runs in this one as they beat the visiting Marlins 13-1.
And the next episode,
the Reds totaled 11 hits as they sank the visiting Marlins 7-2. The San Francisco Giants combined for 10 hits as a team as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 5-2. They now have 5 straight wins. The Los Angeles Dodgers knocked out 12 hits as a team.
Take care.
Took care of the Rocks in Colorado 8-7.